Come with me to build a mini garden bed, no digging. This is where I'm going to put the garden bed.
This spot here is going to be where I plant the corn. Now, it is going to be a short and cutting pretty close to the harvest, but I think with the way things are going, I think it's going to be a late frost this year. So I'm just chopping up some of this grass because it's supposed to rain one more time, and we're going to layer this grow bed. Not even going to worry about digging it up. All I'm doing is just chopping some fresh greenery, and then I'm going to layer it with some cardboard, and then I'm going to do some twigs or some paper, and then I will do the compost that I have, that I've been using. It's not fully transparent to the compost yet, but it's going to build the nutrients, and then I'm going to put the soil on top of it. And I may be cutting it close to the harvesting time before the cold frost comes in, but I'm pretty confident the cold frost this year is going to be coming a little bit later than what everybody anticipates, just because that's how summer was. So yeah, you guys are just going to see me. I'm going to shut up talking, and then I'm just going to show you guys how I do this.
So after you have your greenery, you want to get cardboard, any type of paper, and you kind of want to break it down to small pieces. As you can see, I'm going to use probably a big piece as a base to help break down the greenery under it. But you do want to remove as much tape on it. You don't want none of that tape on it, so you're going to see me removing that tape. And if these bricks are loose, there's nothing that is going to be holding it up besides the soil and the basic foundation I'm going to be building inside of it. Now, the whole point of laying down the cardboard is so it blocks the sun rays from getting down onto the grass, essentially killing it. And so that it dies off and that nutrients will be in this actual soil. Now that we established the green layer, which is at the bottom, we did the cardboard. This is optional, but to me, it was a necessity. This is the fill-in. The fill-in is basically any dead grass, shrubbery, sticks. You don't really have to, but it does help break down everything a lot faster. Now you do want to even layer. So as you can see, I did put some gloves on. I didn't know what to expect. This is my first time, along with anyone that's trying to build a no-dig garden bed for the first time as well. But I was not expecting all this. Now, the only thing I would have done differently is definitely wear a mask when you see any type of smoke or gas that is coming up from your grass clippings. I definitely shouldn't have been there inhaling that. So yeah, y'all can make fun of me, but this is a learning experience and I did not die and I'm okay. But if you definitely have a low or weak immune system, definitely wear a mask because you will get sick. Majority of the times that was most likely mold spores or just gases of oxygen that was trapped in the grass clippings. But either way, you should not be inhaling that. And as you can see, I'm having a difficult time spreading this apart. I'm moving slower and slower, but it's okay. Your girl got through it. Wear a mask. And by the way, wear bug spray because those mosquitoes were tearing me up. Now, there's a lot of benefits to a no digging garden. Number one, it protects your soil structure. Your soil has layers, and once you dig them up or dwindle them, it actually disturbs the soil structure that your plants need to thrive. You ultimately will end up with healthier soil than what you started with the cardboard breakdown, the grass clippings, all that nutrients going back into your soil with no disturbance to the soil structure. It also encourages earthworms. If you didn't know, earthworms love organic matter. When you see earthworms in your soil, means that it is thriving and rich.
All right, so now that we got the cardboard, we had the greenery, fresh greenery at the very bottom. Then we did the cardboard. Then we did our browns. And then I'm gonna put the little compost I do have. It's not a lot, but it'll work out.
Now, my little compost bin I'm very proud of, so do not come for me, okay? I'm going to be feeding her nutrients just besides the compost because I know that's not enough. So calm down for all the experts. Take a chill pill and watch me spread this out.
We got a potato in here. I'll probably put that potato in this corner right here.
Did not put that potato in that corner. I actually took it out and I put her in its own bin.
I do have, I think, a tomato in here too somewhere. But we'll see how they do. We'll see how they do. So now that this is the little bit of stuff that I have, I'm going to add the soil.
Now, after the little compost that I had, I knew I was going to need to feed her more than just that. So I am adding some organic fertilizer, and that will be adding, I think I end up adding the whole bag, but as you can see, I'm still reading the directions. Always read the directions.
So it says 3 libs. I'm going to pour a majority of this in there and scatter it out.
Now that we did our greenery, we did our cardboard, then we did our fill-in, which is the grass clippings, and then we did our organic compost and fertilizer, we are going to now top it off with the soil. This soil was on sale for me. It is a garden raised bed soil. You guys can use any type of soil that works best for you. This one does say organic. But as you know, we will have some people that are experts that say Miracle Gold is a no-no. I also want to let you know in episode 2, I will show you in the next video of how the garden bed has done so far, what's growing in it, what's thriving, what didn't. Now, after breaking down the soil, I can see why it was on sale. It was very clumpy, not to my liking of how I usually like the soil, but you pay for what you get, so I had to do the work and grind up the soil and make it loose myself. But I couldn't complain for the price that I did get the soil for. Now, you want to make sure you spread the soil evenly. In the video, you'll see I did 2 bags, but I ended up going back to the store and buying a 3rd bag. So you definitely need 3 big bags of soil, not the regular size. You're going to know what I mean by the big bags when you go to the store. All right, so after the second bag, I'm now just spreading everything evenly, and I'm going to bring out the water hose. The last and final step is making sure you water your garden bed thoroughly, because you want that cardboard to be soaked, that paper to be soaked. You want everything to start breaking down. And to help that is going to be from the water and everything holding that moisture. I'm not gonna lie, this was a pretty tough job than what I thought it was going to be. I was pretty sticky, I felt disgusting, I was dirty at the very end, but the show must go on. I was ready, done, and I must see it through.
Double sweet.
Now, looking back, I did laugh because out of the whole pack of corn, I know I was looking like I'm putting one corn every 6 to 8 inches from one another, making sure I don't plant too close and not too many.
I had a potato.
Girl or boy, why only 5 of them sprouted? 5 or 6. Only 5 or 6 sprouted. All that strategic, making sure I'm planting them in rows for nothing. But you do what you want with that info. You could plant them in rows, or you could just toss the whole pack in, baby. Do what you want to do with that info.
And I'm planting 3 in one hole just in case if one doesn't grow. I have 2 more, and I can always rip up the extra one if I need to.
Look at me having a backup plan that I was going to rip it up. But I wasn't surprised for none of them to grow. Only 6. Here I am thinking I'm going to have at least 10 or 12 corns. No, I only got 5 or 6. So only 5 corns for me. Now, I think a lot of reasons why my corn did not grow is because I do feed the squirrels here, and they're known for digging up corn. And also, I'm in Missouri, so the heat here has been very, very strong. I have been going out there and watering at least twice a day, but sometimes that may just not be enough for that seed. Did end up adding my jalapeno pepper plant to one corner of the garden, and then I did do the serrano pepper to the other side of the grow bed garden, and you will see that in about a minute. Fun fact, I'm actually allergic to mosquitoes, so as you can see, I'm stopping to itch because they do swell up pretty big on me, so make sure you do wear bug spray. Also, I'm not adding in no bird chirping, so if you hear the birds, those are real birds in my background. Every morning I do feed the birds.
Did I think I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I planted like 10. We could go back and count how many I counted. I may be off. But I'm going to do one last little final water. And this is going to be it for this bad boy. So these are timed to be repotted. So I'm going to do one here in this fridge. I'm going to do one in this corner. Then I'm going to do the other one, most likely, in this corner. Or this corner. Actually, I'm going to do it this corner right here. And the reason why is because I want to make sure that this grows to its full potential and it's ready, because look at the roots.
Another thing, I hate
We're
when
just
cars
gonna
go by that are stupid
compact it
loud,
down a little
because
bit like that in
why
the
are you
corner.
disturbing the peace? Like, it's just annoying.
And put some of this stuff in this corner to fill it up.
Look how big that mosquito bite under my arm is swelling up.
And we'll just whoop, like that. See?
Now, I am really glad I decided to repot this serrano pepper because she was not doing good. She did have, I believe, some aphids on her when I first got her, so I had to rinse off the leaves really good. I did get her for free, so I couldn't complain. But since I did put her into the raised garden bed, she did flourish double the amount, which I couldn't be even more happier.
Okay, so I decided to do a jalapeno right here, a serrano pepper right there, and I'm doing another serrano over there. Now, I do have a potato right here, and they said if I do potatoes, I'm going to have to make sure I feed her really good because the potato roots may twine in with. Actually, let me find the potato. Here it is right here. Because I just want to make sure. Maybe I should plant it in here. I took the potato out. So now, what I'm going to do in this corner is I'm going to plant a marigold, and this is going to help make sure there's no, I'm just mixing this up because marigolds are very hardy plants. And she already has some roots on her. So I'm just twirling this stuff in the corner, kind of just making her a nice little bed. Since she has roots. This is the leaf from my thing. Put that in here too. All right.
All right, I'm doing the last watering, and this is gonna make sure all the roots stay hydrated so they can expand into the soil, and also to make sure everything is nice and soaked and moisturized to grow, and for the things to break down that need to break down to bring the nutrients. And the plant that I'm watering right now is actually my potato plant. I have 2 5-gallon potato plants. This was the first one, and then I did start a second one a month later. That way I can have rotation of potatoes that are ready to be pulled. And of course, I'm so excited to show my husband my grow bed that I did all by myself.
Yeah, I did that. Just feeding
Is
everything.
the grass super wet?
I watered it.
The grass?
No, the grass was probably super wet. I don't care. I'm over here.
Is it
Dirty.
Wet? What time is it wet now?
Yeah. And I planted at least 12 corns, or I think 8. And I put the chili peppers on each side.
I did end up adding a little bit more fertilizer to the top, and that was going to be like a slow release fertilizer for the next time when I water it.
That one is, huh? Maybe not.
This should be your final result.